stop me from being able to go ahead and share with you two amazing.
All right. Make sure. All righty. So we are here once again, like I said, live on My City, My Biz, live magazine. We had to go in through a back door. You see us on YouTube, everybody, but I've also shared it on Facebook. I want you to go ahead, click share, because this is definitely going to be an amazing, amazing opportunity for you to find out some great things that is happening from a company that not only has housed so many businesses, but they're going to share with you so much more. And so they've been a part of what we do with My City, My Biz since day one, the year after we went ahead and the kids inspired us to host My City, My Biz at our location right on Farwell in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Guess what? They were here day one with My City, My Biz. And I tell you, they have expanded like no one's business. And so who then further to be able to share with you the actual founder and president of Midwest Advantage, and that is the Chantel Parr, as of last week, Taylor.
Yes.
Right. Yes, Miss Taylor, that is right. So I want to go ahead and bring you up to the virtual stage. And I know you have an amazing, amazing partner that you will be introducing to the community that has joined the family, literally, right? And so go ahead, Chantel, please let us know, Midwest Advantage, could you please share with us, first of all, who are you? Who are you personally? Remember, we get to the personal standpoint, and then also let us know with Midwest Advantage, what is that company? Because it is just, it's phenomenal how you've set that up.
Thank you so much, Coach Tina. So my name is Chantel Parr Taylor now as of October 24th. And I am many things. I wear many hats. I have a passion. I have actually a few passions. One of them is assisting small business owners, right, with achieving their financial goals and dreams. The other is I like to see women succeed and just bust down those glass ceilings and everything else that thinks that it can stop us from achieving great things. And also I have a heart for African Americans, you know, not just because I am, but just because I see the struggle. Just because there's so many barriers that we have to go through, you know, hurdles that we have to jump over. And so those three passions combined keep me going on a day-to-day basis. I am a degree professional, so I obtained my degrees from Ottawa University years ago. The last one being a master's degree in human resources. Not for the reason that people may think. I knew that originally I'm an entrepreneur, right? So I'm like, if I'm going to be running businesses, I need to know HR. So I got my undergrad in business administration, communications, and marketing. Crazy woman. I was studying day in and day out, all these majors and minor degrees. Then I said, you know what? I need to understand human resources because I have to pay people eventually someday. So I got a master's degree in human resources. I'm licensed in the state of Wisconsin as an insurance intermediary since 1998. Then I went ahead and got licensed in Illinois, Mississippi, Tennessee, and Arizona. And I think there's more, but I can't remember them offhand. Midwest Advantage started off oh my God, my baby was, I think, not even a year old. She's 22 now. And so I started this because I was a Primerica insurance agent. And I've always been one to go against the current, right? I'm like, there's more to it. Okay, I like what you're saying, but you're not going to brainwash me and tell me that this is the only way. And so I started being nosy and researching and discovered that there was more than just term insurance, and that term isn't for everybody. So I started my own agency about 1999 at Midwest Advantage Insurance and Financial Services. And I've been going ever since. And then ever since then, I've been adding other entities. So in 2012, I said, let's just make it a holdings company because this vision is bigger than I will ever be. And it'll last longer than I'll ever, you know what I mean? So I was like, I may as well just go ahead, form a holdings company because it's all about finances, business, insurance, bookkeeping. It's a one-stop shop.
Yes.
Wow, that is powerful. And like you were saying, to even just have the vision and then also the intellect to be able to go ahead and know and see the foresight of that vision of where you were right then. And here it is, like you were saying, how many years later, and you are still empowering people, empowering families, empowering the African American community. You have stayed true to your vision, your purpose, no matter what hurdles, no matter what or who wasn't around, you still remain so very humble and grounded to where now not only are you able to climb that ladder, but others are climbing that ladder with you. You've created that platform. And so, Chantel, if you could please share with me, at what point in time did you, because we know that as entrepreneurs, there's times when we say, I give up, I do. We say it in our head, but we never say it out loud because we are true entrepreneurs, right?
Right.
But at what point in time did you say, I'm getting ready to stop pressing the snooze buttons on my dreams? This is it. I'm moving forward with a full force. I don't care who's standing beside me, behind me. None of that matters. I know what it is that I owe for myself. What point did that happen for you?
2014.
Mm.
So I was working for, let me clarify. So I've always had my business part-time.
Yeah.
I even launched it full-time a few times and then had to run back to the workforce full-time because I was a mom,
Yeah.
single mom. And it was rough, and being an entrepreneur with bad credit, number one, you can't get any funding, any loans, no grants were available at the time. I was a personal banker, in my day. So I understood fully what I needed to do to personally guarantee a loan. I just couldn't make it happen at that time. So
Right.
I continued to work and then turn around and work again. Once I got done working a full-time job for somebody else's vision, I had to go home, schedule appointments, feed my children, do homework, help them with their homework. I don't know how I did it, but in 2014, I was working for the Auto Club Group, also known as AAA,
Yeah.
and they were a great company. They really were. They're corporate, so they're no different than any other corporate structure. And I know that corporate is not for me, so I can't bash AAA or any other corporation because they're just doing what they're designed and set up to do.
Mhm.
I just don't fit this description to be an employee under that type of setup. So miserable every day, crying and like, I know that there is more to my life than this.
Yeah.
I cannot be controlled. I don't play the corporate games.
Mhm.
I said, I tell you what, I started writing a business plan. I already knew how to write them because I had clients and was writing theirs. So I said, I have written everybody else's and can't complete my own. I took one weekend, finished my business plan, pulled my board of directors together, which were my children
Yes.
and my puppy.
Yes.
And we sat in my living room and we figured it out. And you'll be surprised. My kids were teenagers and preteens at the time. I have two babies.
Yeah.
And they are smart. They've sat up and they watched me, and I had real conversations about business with them, and they put their input in, and I thought, it may be tough. I explained to them that mom's going to launch full time. So I went and I got a contract with Erie Insurance, and Erie offered me a somewhat of a subsidy, which is sort of like a loan for an insurance agency. And I turned it down. I said, you know what? I'll be okay. I'm gonna work my butt off, because what if I don't meet that $100,000 goal and now I owe you all this money? Nope, I'm good. So from scratch, I started building my book of business in 2014, and I've been self-employed full time since then.
Yes.
That is awesome.
Woo. That's it. Oh my goodness. I always like to, there's always a story behind the story, as they say, the backstory, right? And people feel as though you just jump into business and, it's all glorified. No, there is a journey that takes place with that. Every single entrepreneur can be successful. It's just the fact they gave up.
Yes.
They gave up. That's it, And so I am just so very thankful and humbly proud to be able to watch you on this journey, and for so many ways for us to be able to assist one another. Other people look at it as competition here, competition there. We always found a way to make it an alliance. We always found a way where we were able to go ahead and say, well, I know me and numbers, that just ain't gonna happen. So all the way around, we've been able to fully, wholeheartedly support one another. And so here it is, a relationship over 10 years. 10 years. So so guess what? We are definitely letting people know that we can work together.
Absolutely.
And we can dominate. And if you are not looking to collaborate with some bad sisters,
come on now.
You're missing out. You're missing out. You are just missing out. This is my city. This is my biz, you guys. So whatever it is about your city, whatever you believe in, that's your business, you embrace that. And I had to embrace that as a Black female woman, that I know that I would always find myself in the midst of rooms and tables and boardrooms with people that do not look like me. But I also had to know who it was that I was bringing into that room with me in spirit and in truth. So I've always been able to stand up on that. And that's how I see you, Chantel. And that's why our spirits, they match. They match. And I am just so very thankful to have you here at My City, My Biz, the live magazine, right? And you will be there at the actual event as a chosen. This show is going to be so phenomenal. We're selecting those, and we don't have a problem with saying, guess what? We don't think you've been in business long enough, or some things we're finding out on Facebook that we just don't feel will fit with where we're going. We have 11 years into this, and we have some amazing entrepreneurs, you being one of them. So we thank you once again for being a part of My City, My Biz 2020 Expo and Marketplace. So welcome aboard. And I am going to go ahead and move myself right out of the way so that you can properly introduce this amazing young lady up here, Miss Keisha Taylor, right? And so that way you can come in your own way. I'm super excited to have Midwest Advantage right on board with us. And we look forward to seeing you guys smoke this city like you always do, with making sure that everyone that wants the chance have the opportunity to be able to do better. So thank you once again, Chantel Parr Taylor.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for the platform.
All right. So again, Chantel Parr Taylor, I am the CEO of Midwest Advantage Holdings Company. And under that umbrella, there are a couple of entities, actually. So the first one being Midwest Advantage Insurance and Financial Services, which was launched right around 1999, right at the end of 1999, actually. And what we do is we provide auto, home, life, health, and business insurance through that entity, Midwest Advantage Insurance and Financial Services. We also have Midwest Advantage Tax Preparation Services. I've been doing taxes for over 15 years. So I figured, you know what, I may as well add and separate the tax prep service from the Insurance and Financial Services division. And what I started doing is I provided a franchising model where if someone wanted to start a tax franchise, get in touch with me. I can help you. We have paperwork and contracts all set. We do everything that the major players do. We can give the advances come tax season. We also have electronic filing. I have an e-file number. And if you're interested in becoming a franchise owner, give me a call at 262-788-9999, and I will gladly help you get set up. Also, there's Midwest Advantage Business Center, where we provide technical training and assistance for small businesses. That training is anywhere from how do I write my own business plan to how do I start an insurance agency, to I'm not equipped to set up a tax business. Train me and teach me. I can do that. Also, for those who are super busy and do not have the time to do the business plan writing and things of that nature on their own, I actually charge a fee on a sliding fee scale because, again, I have a heart for my community, urban community here in Milwaukee, actually across the entire nation, because I know that we're at a disadvantage a lot of times, too much. And so because of that, I don't charge expensive rates when it comes to business plan writing. And I try to help any and everybody without turning people away. And I try to be genuine. As a matter of fact, the motto for Midwest Advantage Holdings Company is service with integrity. So integrity and working, just as a professional, because people take professional and misuse it. We don't. It is integrity. Working with integrity is very, very important. Professionalism is important, and fessing up and fixing it when you're wrong, or if you've made an error, is very important. So we try to operate under those guidelines. And so that's our Midwest Advantage Business Center. And then there's the bookkeeping portion as well. So I am not an accountant, but I am a bookkeeper. There's a difference. Accountants give more advice. I am a numbers girl. I don't mind working with numbers. I know accounting. I know strategies, bookkeeping, chart of accounts, reconciliation, all of that. And I enjoy doing it. So I started building a book of business to do bookkeeping about 5 years ago. I had a small customer base for more than 10 years, but I expanded and decided, I am going to open the floodgates and let other businesses become a client for bookkeeping services. So the goal here is to be a one-stop shop for all business and financial needs. Fortunately, a friend of mine invited this awesome young lady to another event that I do on a different platform. And it was the Wealth Wicks and Wine event earlier in the year. And she came over and she introduced herself to me. And I thought, whoa, she is a powerhouse. She just walked right up and was just telling me about what she does, what she enjoys about the insurance industry. And if you know anything about insurance, that's not one of those careers that people wake up and say, I want to be an insurance agent someday. That's just not the way it works. How it works is someone either recruited you, you have a relative in the business, or, you accidentally stumbled upon it, or maybe you asked your insurance agent how much they earn. But here in Wisconsin, it's not a career that people seek after. And so for Keisha to come over and just start telling me about her business and her passion for it, I was like, wow. And so we ended up connecting eventually later on, because she had referrals for auto and home insurance. And I just pretty much asked her, hey, will you be a part of my team?
Yes.
When you meet amazing people, you just don't let them get away. And so she agreed. And so I am lucky to have Miss Keisha Taylor as the marketing and life insurance strategist for Midwest Advantage. And Keisha is going to talk more about life insurance and how to maximize and take advantage of it as far as gifting for children during this holiday season. Keisha, go ahead and take it away.
Hello, everybody. Like she said, my name is Keisha Taylor. This is a passion that I've been having since the early 2000s. I was so excited to finally meet someone that I can actually learn from. I think we all need trailblazers out here that we can follow behind. And when I met Chantel, she was so intelligent, and then she was also so knowledgeable about what it is that she was doing, and her passion just attracted me in my spirit, because I'm like, I want to be around that. I want to be around people that want to help, not just, like she said, particular people in general. Our urban community needs so much help, but we don't have the people that want to take the time also to educate them on what they need to do, what they're available, what they can afford. This is not, us just coming in your home and say, hey, get insurance. This is about us making sure that your family is protected properly. We want to make sure that your children have the proper coverages when they get older, or if something happens to them, you're not stuck in a position where you have to call and depend so much on your families. We're trying to teach our community how to be responsible, how to, be leaders also to their families, in this community. It's like, we have to, pay it forward with one another. And while we have all this knowledge, and then not start at home first. I was born and raised here. You see what I'm saying? It's like, we know that there's a market here. If there wasn't a market, you wouldn't have Boost Mobile. You wouldn't have all these big organizations trying to build in our community. This is a $1 billion industry. So there's money in our industries. It's about being educated and educating you what to spend it on. We're not trying to force you or what I want to say, encourage you to just spend it frivolously. We want to, get you to spend so you can start, protecting your futures, making sure your children have that college money, making sure your future, like your goals that you want to set for yourself, that you can start saving money inside these policies and building wealth within these policies like you see other wealthy people do. We want to teach and train you how to do this. And what we were thinking about that's so, so impactful that Chantel had came up with was that, you guys can start buying, getting policies and start arranging policies for your futures, for your children now, and start protecting them and providing, a base. So 10 years from now that they'll be straight. There's no worrying. They can start their futures off with a better head start than we were able to. Give them platform to be able to build wealth themselves and show them how to do it, and then give them a place where they can come and feel comfortable and have people understand where they're coming from. We're compassionate. We live here. We understand. We've been through those hard times, but we just want to encourage you to listen, understand that, it can be done. It can be done by the people in our community, from our community.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we need to keep going to Brookfield and Shorewood? And you have people right here that understand your struggle. Those people don't understand how it is to live like us a lot of times. They haven't been through those struggles. We're spending money out in these areas and we're not spending money in our areas. How are we going to build wealth within our own cities if we won't even take the time to, begin to properly protect ourselves and our families? Let's keep this money within our family, within ourselves, and start building wealth for our children. Have them start understanding that they're going to be our new futures.
Right.
We want them to be entrepreneurs. Let's start having them get built up so that they can start their entrepreneurship early by helping them have a place where, position through these insurances that you never even knew that you can use to build this wealth through.
Yes.
Let's not buy them, things that's going to lose value the moment they put it on their feet, the moment they drive it off the lot. Let's put something in, in place for these young children and for the ones, for the adults that didn't know. Let's start putting forth things in place that's going to begin to make it easier for our futures so that we can live better, live more comfortably, start having a retirement. We have people that's not, that's about the retirement, don't know how they're going to do it. They don't have any money.
Right.
Let's stop that cycle. We want to stop this cycle. We want to begin to, start letting people know you can retire with comfortability, with the money that you want, and be able to, provide this also. This insurance is not something that, like I said, is easy, but it's also a way that you can leave an inheritance. Like I can't go working for a job and leave that job to my children.
Mm-mm.
I can leave this company to my children, to both of my sons, and they can build wealth from it. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, let's start encouraging young Black people to start being in business for themselves, start encouraging them, like getting our faces out there and using each other so that we can help these young people, become prosperous, because those are our future. I don't want to just say we want to focus all on them, but they are our future, and we can start getting them prepared through these insurance policies. It's not that the money is not there, we can do it. If we can buy $200 Jordans, we can buy tickets that's $150 for concerts. We can sit up here and buy everything else that we have passion for. But why don't we have passion for the success of our children and for our own homes? Why we would not start building wealth there? That's the importance of insurances. That's the importance of not putting a burden on your family when something happens, something tragic happens. Be responsible and start being able to put things in place so we're not, begging people that's already, maybe poor or in a bad income, position at this point. And let's start taking responsibility for these things for ourselves. And then as we show our children, because we know that they learn from what we see and not what we tell them all the time. Let's start showing them the responsibility, the professionalism that you were speaking about, so that they too can become professional. And like I said, they're doing it younger than us now. They're starting at 20, younger, 18, 19, starting to, run their own businesses.
Yes, they are.
We're going to be the trailblazers. Like I'm following you. You're teaching me so much. And so, like I said, and now what we can do is take that energy, take that knowledge and that education and start bringing other people, aboard with us. And show them that this is not something that's just made for the suburban areas and for suburban people. This is, insurance is a lucrative business.
Yep.
I'm saying you can make a great living doing what we do. It's like you said, but you can't give up. It's just like with anything else. You have to keep pushing forward, even when when it's hard, even when it's tough. Because if it was something everybody could do, everybody would be doing it.
Yes.
But it is a business that people can build and build wealth, and then also help other people in the community build wealth as well. So let's get together. Let's start working on those retirement plans. Let's start working on those plans for the children so that they can have that college education, so they can buy their first home, so they have money for their own businesses to invest in. Let's start doing it the right way, because we've done it the wrong way for so long. You know what I'm saying? Let's start something different and begin something new with each other, and start bringing on, the education to each other. And then, we have to have you to be able to receive it. We can give it to you, but we need for you to receive it and understand and put forth, the effort and actually, obtaining these systems in your lives and seeing that it works.
Absolutely.
Nothing beats a fail but a try.
Right. That's right. That's right.
If we don't even try to do better, how are we going to become better?
That's right.
So we can't, what they say, you can't keep doing the same thing expecting a different result, because that's insanity.
Yes,
So
it is.
Let's try a different way. Let's try something different that we've done, that we've been doing. And let's get together as a community and let's start getting these things in order for our family, so that we won't have to keep doing these GoFundMe pages. And, it's sad.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a burden to a lot of people, even though they don't want to say it, because they barely have money for themselves.
Right.
Let's start getting these things together. Let's start, if you can only start with a little bit, let's start with a little bit. But if you grew up with a grandmama like mine, or anybody that come up in the older, old school way, they say Ann is better than Nan.
Yeah, yes.
Let's start off with a little bit, and then when you do better, then we can get better for you. Do better for you. But let's start off somewhere. Everybody's platform is going to be different, but somebody got to start on some type of platform somewhere.
Right.
And I just want to come aboard and help her assist in everything that she's doing, because I have a passion and a drive to want to be successful. And then, like I said, show the people around me, all the young people that I have in my family, the people in the area that we live in and these neighborhoods, to see, that, Black people are real, not just on TV. They see Oprah, that's not realistic to them.
Mm-mm.
Let's start showing them people that live right next to them, that look just like them, that can show them that, you can be just as successful as anybody else. We have to be encouraging.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
I feel like insurance is so important in so many ways, because it can change your lifestyle. You're buying and you're obtaining money that you don't have right now. And something happens to you that you can have and support your family later. And it's like, if we don't have those, how are the people at the head of the household? If you lose the head of your household, think about how's it going to affect your whole family. Think
Right.
about if something happens to you and you have 3 children, who can afford to take care of 3 children? And they
Right.
already middle or lower income families. Let's think about these things. At least have somebody, if you're going to have your children go live with somebody, at least give them a means to be able to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Understand what I'm saying? So that's why insurances are important. Even, I don't care if it's car insurance, if it's life insurance, if it's health insurance. We're insuring our lives so that it can be better.
Right.
Yes.
I
mean, it's so important. I have such a passion. It's like, I don't want to just, I love, Chantel and, Midwest Advantage as well, because like she said, it's a professional, platform. And then, we care about the people in this community. Right. And that's selfish or self-centered. And it's like, we really want to, help and put, as many people in better places as possible.
Absolutely. So Keisha Taylor will be at My City, My Biz at the Midwest Advantage booth. We are excited about Midwest Advantage and My City, My Biz this year, 2020. Just because we survived, we're making it through Corona season.
Yes.
And everything else that you could possibly think of that has been haywire in 2020. So we look forward to My City, My Biz. Keisha, can you share your contact information just in case anyone wants to reach you for life insurance before the event next month?
Absolutely. You can contact me at 414-982-9284. You can also email me at taylorkeisha6@gmail.com. And I return all of my phone calls, and I answer all of my texts. So, if you want to get in contact with me, definitely either email me. Once again, that's Keisha, Keesha, Taylor. The email address is Taylor, Taylor, Keisha, number 6@gmail.com. And once again, that phone number is 414-982-9284.
Awesome. So Keisha will be there at the booth with a t-shirt on that says insurance is sexy.
Yes, because it is.
All right.
Or to everybody, I would love to talk to anybody that comes and show up. Come and talk to me. Come to the booth, and we can share some information between each other.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, Keisha. And in order to reach Midwest Advantage, please call 262-788-9999. We're located at 12645 West Burleigh Road in Suite 29A. We hover right around Milwaukee. What is that? Brookfield and Wauwatosa. So we cover some major ground there, but we are remote. We work wherever we want to. Isn't that right, Keisha? We can meet in the office. We can meet virtually. And so give us a call. We are excited about meeting and seeing each and every one of you. And again, excited about the upcoming My City, My Biz. Coach Tina, thank you so much for the opportunity.
Yes, indeed.
Awesome.
Most definitely. And so welcome to the family, Keisha. We are definitely excited to have you. And you sound like you are going to be a powerful, powerful movement within the Midwest Advantage family. And so looking forward to seeing everything that you guys have to be able to offer, not only the community, but also the smaller communities of networks that are just been waiting and praying for those bookkeepers to be able to put them in place. Because that's the key. That is the using the missing piece for those business owners that work from home. And that's to be able to have a trusted, because a lot of times they're like, oh, I don't want nobody to talk about me because I only made $10 in my business, right? And so that's a hobby. And so we could be very transparent with them and make sure that they're not getting themselves into any tax debt that they do not have to, simply because they do not understand. People have people going out here getting LLCs and all of that, and they have not taken the time to do the formulation and say, guess what? I'm really not a business right now. So I shouldn't be putting myself in that kind of liability. And so I appreciate you, Chantel. I do. And then also with this insurance, oh my goodness, I tell you, you definitely are in the right place at the right time, Keisha, because you're getting ready to educate our community. I can tell, and your spirit is so very transparent. And so I am just so excited, Chantel, to be a part of this next level.
I'm excited.
Yes, that's right. So yeah, so when I tell you that Midwest Advantage, Chantel Parr Taylor, remember this face, remember this mogul. She's right here in the community of Milwaukee, everyone, because she's going to be back on here again and talking about another one of her companies that we all need to make sure that we indulge in. And so I'm not going to spill the beans, but guess what? She is amazing. So you got to make sure that you do. We're going to see how we can just take that time to be able to put her on the master stool, and so that we can be able to go from franchise to holding company, all of these different things that you've never probably heard of as an entrepreneur, but she's right here. And I tell you, she does not mind sharing it. So thank you guys once again for joining us on My City, My Biz Live magazine. And we want to make sure that you do take it very seriously. It's time for you to stop pressing the snooze buttons on your dreams. So take care, take charge, everyone. And we will see you at the 2020 My City, My Biz Live magazine, where you can meet them personally and put them in